52 elderly people aged 60 and over have been murdered in Trinidad and Tobago between the start of 2018 and now, with the first 9 months of 2019 accounting for 32 of them. This startling disclosure was made on Tuesday. Of the 32 cases this year, 6 people were arrested and charged, one of which was a family member of one of the victims. In 2018, 20 murders were reported, 7 of which were detected, with 10 people arrested and charged, one of whom was a family member. On September 8, between 2016 and 2018, 8% of the victims of serious crimes in this country have been senior citizens. Statistics from the International Women's Resource Network revealed that between January 1, 2018 to September 30, 2019, more than 75 senior citizens have either gone missing or killed in the most gruesome manner, with at least 90% of those incidents being committed by people known to them. These shocking statistics prompted the network's president, Adriana Sandrine Rattan, to send a plea out to relatives of senior citizens to urgently revisit their living conditions so as to ensure that they are provided with added protection, even if this change requires relocating them to a space in the presence of at least one trusted caregiver. Earlier this week, Chande Lalu, 64 of Gasparillo, and Azad Ali, 60 of Barakpur, were found brutally murdered in their respective homes. And now we turn our attention to Barbados. The government of Barbados may soon have a court case on their hands if legislation is not put in place to legalize cannabis use for sacramental purposes. Government is moving forward with the Medicinal Cannabis Industry Bill 2019, which would allow for persons or entities who possess a license to use the plant for medical reasons. There are currently no provisions under the proposed legislation for cannabis to be used for other reasons. The government has said that a public referendum would decide if cannabis would be legalized for recreational use. President of the African Heritage Foundation, Paul Rassimbarak, said this stance by the government is a violation of the rights of Rastafarians in Barbados. He said with the support of the local Rastafari community, he intends to challenge the government's refusal to change cannabis laws in court. He said the case will be set on the premise that all citizens have religious rights, as is recognized under the United Nations international standards, and government should recognize that cannabis use of a right of Rastafari. Drawing from comments made by the Attorney General Dale Marshall at the Joint Select Committee last Wednesday, Rassimba said he believes Rastafarians can bring a strong case against the government. He went on to accuse the Attorney General of making insulting comments towards the community by saying there is no difference between cannabis used for recreational purposes and sacramental purposes. And finally, news coming out of the Caribbean and Latin America. Countries of Latin America and the Caribbean are closer than ever to achieving the elimination of human deaths by rabies. Over the last 12 months, just 5 cases were reported in the region, announced the Pan American Health Organization on the eve of World Rabies Day, which was marked on Saturday. According to PAHO, which has established the goal of eliminating deaths from rabies by 2022, today Haiti and the Dominican Republic are the only countries on the continent where people have died from the viral disease, which is spread through bites and scratches from rabid animals. Since 1982, when PAHO began to coordinate anti-rabies initiatives in the regions, countries have reduced new cases of rabies in humans by more than 95% and rabies in dogs by 98%. As a result, cases in people fell from 258 to 13 by 2018, and cases in dogs fell from 11,276 to 163 during the same period. This progress was due to the implementation of the Regional canine vaccination campaigns, greater public awareness of the issue, and the expansion and availability of rabies treatment administered following a bite. Rabies is a disease with important implications in public health due to its mortality rate. There is no cure. Globally, 60,000 people die from the disease each year, mostly in Asia and Africa. However, the disease can be eliminated practically in urban areas where it is transmitted by dogs and cats through the implementation of preventative measures such as animal vaccine, the availability of anti-rabies treatment for humans, and the post-exposure vaccine, and by stopping outbreaks, among other things. Well, that has brought us to the end of tonight's regional news. Thank you for watching.